Let's do it.
Okay. Hi, Apaches. Welcome to Waveform, Chapter 1, technically Episode 1. I'm your co host, Paula.
And I'm your other co-host, Jeremy Sutton. And joining me to my right here is Devin Haddad. He's a senior here at Acadia High School, an aspiring MMA fighter, and also a longtime friend of myself. So, Devin, thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for inviting me. I'm excited.
Thank you.
How,
Thanks
how,
for
you-
coming.
how you feeling today?
I'm okay. I'm tired. It's very wet outside.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's raining. For
Yeah.
this is
There's
this
also
is
lightning and thunder.
yes.
First
there
time
is.
ever in California.
I mean, I don't know that I called it first time. I
Well,
think
maybe,
we've had
maybe,
lightning
maybe.
before.
Maybe, but it's a little extreme. It came out of nowhere. It was just windy, and then 2 minutes later,
I mean, I went in a French and I came out and then it was raining. That's all I know.
I jumped a little bit. I was a little
You're a
scared.
little scared.
A little bit.
We live in
Yeah.
a place where earthquakes happen all the time, and lightning scares you.
Yeah.
The earth,
No, I'm
the
joking.
earth shaking is okay.
but a little bit of
Uh,
little bit of light in the sky is.
I don't feel it half the time. It usually happens at night.
Yeah, you're
That's
right. You're
very
right.
true, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's true. That's true.
Okay, so I'm Devin Haddad. I'm a senior here at Arcadia. I've been here all 4 years. I started doing MMA when I was in 9th grade, and I didn't start taking it seriously till about 10th or 11th. And it's just something I've always loved to do. A few of my family members have a background in it, and I have a little brother here. You know,
Yes,
Ashton.
Ashton, your little brother.
Yeah,
He's a junior, right?
yeah.
When did you get into MMA? Like, where did it start for you?
It was always something I saw on TV, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool," but it's scary. Like I would never do that. And then,
Joke's on you.
Yeah.
Wow, looks like you were wrong.
yeah, exactly. And I was just always afraid. You've known me for a long time. I was always afraid of confrontation. And then, I remember I started going to a personal trainer when I was younger because I was like, I want to get into shape and like actually do stuff so I can have some confidence. And my trainer would always kind of push boxing on me. He wasn't making me fight anybody, but it was like hitting pads and stuff, and it was scary to me. And I was like, okay, because he would swing at me if I had my hands down. So I always had my hands all the way up here so I didn't get hit. We had a few friends over, and they saw my boxing gloves, and they're like, let's fight. And I was too embarrassed to say I was afraid. So I put the gloves on, and we fought, and I did really well. I took everything very well, so I was like, okay, maybe I should try it. And then I was messing around with a friend of mine who wrestles, and he took me to the floor, and I didn't know what to do. And I hated the feeling of being stuck. Like, you don't know what to do. So I was like, I got to learn that. So I went in and I started going to jiu-jitsu school. And I've been there not long. I've been practicing striking for a long time, for 3, 4 years now. Jiu-jitsu and stuff, that's kind of new. That's still like 4 or 5 months.
Okay, and striking is just like,
Just stand up, kicking, elbows,
Mhm.
knees, punching.
got you. So I take it you didn't win that first fight.
No, not the wrestling. It was less of a fight and more of just like, he's like, hey, want to do it? And I was like, sure. And he's like, MMA? I said, yeah, why not? Because I was like, I got kicks. I'll just
as
kick
you
him if
do.
he comes
Just
in.
MMA fight with your friends.
Yeah,
casually.
Yeah, why not?
Just whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah, whatever.
And I was super nervous. And then I was like, I'll just catch him if he tries coming down and taking me to the floor. I wasn't able to catch him. He was very quick. He was very good at it. And it was like, it wasn't fun.
Oh man.
About MMA and stuff. Did you know that going into it, did you know that you were gonna pursue this forever? Or are you think you're gonna pursue it forever?
Well, I mean, like I wake up excited to do it and I want to do it and I want to get better, but I'm not sitting here thinking, oh, one day I'm going to be a pro MMA fighter. It's just something that I'm like, if I get good enough at and I keep doing it and the right people see me or I get a specific opportunity, then it's not something I'd say no to. I would definitely pursue it if I got the opportunity, but it's never been something I'm like hunting for, I guess.
Mm.
But I do strive to be a better fighter in general. Whether or not it takes me to a professional place or not.
That's cool.
Okay. What is like fighting to you? Is it like an escape or what is it?
Is it a hobby?
It
Yeah.
it is an escape because when I was younger, I was bullied a lot because I lacked confidence and I just didn't stand up for myself. And fighting, I've never been the type of person to be cocky about it. I don't like being cocky. I don't like that type of behavior. But with fighting, I'm able to walk around and feel okay with myself and feel like I can handle myself. And then it's also just fun. Like I know a lot of people are like, "You're getting punched in the face. How is that fun?" if you're not always getting punched in the face and you're doing it
Yeah, I mean,
right,
if you're the one doing the
it can be
punching,
fun.
right?
I mean,
Yeah,
it
it
really
can be fun.
depends.
I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes I guess it depends on your perspective, but
Yeah.
it could be fun even when you're kind of losing. I mean, I don't like to lose. Don't get me wrong. I
Yeah,
don't
I mean,
celebrate-
I don't think anyone likes to lose.
yeah, I don't celebrate getting
Yeah.
knocked down or anything, but you
yeah,
know, it's
that's not a highlight.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely not. But it is fun, and like coming from being bullied and stuff, it was like just feeling that confidence and walking around knowing that it's something I get to do. It's just fun. It's nice.
That's cool.
Do you think that that bullying was part of a reason that you got into fighting, or like did you like not even consider it when you started?
Well, I was bullied a while ago. It was a while ago, but there would be times where it was like subtle, like people would say things that I didn't like. But fighting, I guess the bullying was sort of like, I mean, that would never happen again. If I did fighting.
I would not believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
but
not do.
but no, I guess it was just more of an interest, and I mean, I tried every single sport you can think of. I did soccer for a little bit, tennis for like a week. I barely count tennis.
Tennis.
Yeah.
Wasn't very good at it. I could hit the ball hard. That's about it. I did baseball with you.
Whoa.
8 years old, right?
Yeah.
Dang.
I
Olden
did
days.
football for like 2 weeks. I
2
finished Hell
weeks.
Week, and then we started practicing, and I was like, I thought I would be really interested, and the coaches thought I was decent at it, and I just lost interest like that.
Oh.
And then, I ended up in fighting, and like that's the most confrontational sport
I
you
mean,
can be
it's
in.
literally a fight.
Yeah. I mean, the only way you're getting out is if you confront that other person.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, I ended up there, and I tell family members that don't know, and they're like, "What do you mean? Like, what do
Yeah.
you mean fighting? Like cage fighting?"
Most
They don't
kids-
get it. They're
most
like,
kids
"Why?"
play like t-ball or soccer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They don't get it. They don't like it either. Some of
Oh.
them.
Yeah.
It sounds like you've been through like a lot of like paths to finally find like MMA and like this is what you want to do.
Yeah,
So if you never found this, what do you think you'd be doing?
I'd probably just be focused on pursuing my dad's business.
What is your dad's business?
Please elaborate.
My dad is a cigar manufacturer, and he's got 2 factories in Honduras and in Nicaragua, and he's got a retail store in West Hollywood, and I love that place. I've been going there since I was younger, and I think I'd just be doing that, but I don't know. It's just weird to think because like when I was younger, I used to see it on TV, and I was like, oh my god, that's terrible, that's terrifying,
Fighting?
and yeah, and now
Oh.
I'm like super interested in it, and that's all I want to do.
That's what a turn of events.
Yeah.
Can you still remember the first time you ever like trained for a fight or
Mhm.
something?
Well, with that stuff, it's right now. I didn't want to fight, like I didn't want to start any sort of career until I felt comfortable with it. Even now, like I'll spar and I'll fight in the gym with the people there, but I've yet to fight like in a crowd. So like
Mhm.
it's just
Like in the public?
yeah.
So you've never done like a fight. Just
No,
kind of like
it's just in the gym.
one on one.
There's some
Oh.
where it's just a practice fight, and then there's some where it's like a real fight in the
Mhm.
gym, and then there's those fights that I would have with my friends and stuff, just 'cause it's fun for us.
But you never had like
Um,
a meet me around the corner at 6 p.m.
Oh,
Oh,
I hope not.
no, not really.
And if you have,
No, none of those.
If you have, we can cut this out.
if you have,
No,
we'll
no,
go get that.
no. It was none of those.
Oh,
But
good.
the cage fighting that should be coming soon, 'cause I'm starting to feel more comfortable with my ability to fight.
That's good.
More standing up, so I'm still working on a lot of ground
Mhm.
stuff. But yeah, that stuff's coming up. I can't wait. That's what I want to. That's all I've been trying to do.
Well, I'm excited for you. You gotta invite me to a fight. I want to watch.
I will. I will.
I've seen the clips. We'll throw them up on top of this. But you are
I just
terrifying.
have to figure out where, because I'm still like, I'm looking at. I know the place I go to has tournaments for jujitsu,
Oh.
but like they were like, "Is that what you kind of compete? That's what you're wanting to compete in?" I said, "No, cage fighting." And I honestly like don't know where they're like. "Well,
Where'd
we
you
can
go
try
for
to
that?"
find something for you.
Yeah.
My coach is like, well, I could try to find something for you. My uncle's like, we'll figure it out. And I'm sitting here like, okay, let's go. Because I don't know. I'm
You're, like,
ready. Win or
itching to do
lose, I'm
something,
ready.
right?
Yeah.
Like, you've done the training. Like, what do you do to train? Like, how often? What's your
So there's kickboxing Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And a few things have happened that have caused a little bit of like restrictions on that. I hurt my shoulder
Oh.
for one. So I started going. I was going at first 3 times a week to kickboxing, and then I had to take it down to 2. I'll be going tomorrow morning. It's It's 5 a.m. to 7. Well, it starts at 6 and finishes at 7.
But you start early then.
Yeah.
Oh.
So sometimes, to rush to school.
I'm fast asleep.
Perseverance.
Yeah, it's not easy. There's days where I've woken up and I'm like, I'm not. Yeah, no. I turn my alarm off and go back to sleep. So there's like, don't get me wrong. There's not every day I'm like, oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
doing it. There's some days you're just like,
You have the grind, but it's like an easy grind.
Yeah, and then I have jujitsu on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Oh, so you're like busy every day.
Sometimes
Well-
I can't go. My shoulder's been acting up a lot recently, so
Oh.
like I've told people that I do jujitsu with, like I'm gonna have to take it easy on that stuff for now, because a lot of that is a lot of movement on the floor, and you're always
Okay.
getting locked up in something or locking someone else in something, so that could affect my arm more than, weirdly enough, kickboxing would.
What is exactly like jujitsu and kickboxing?
So kickboxing is stand-up based fighting,
Mhm.
and it's just you can punch, you can kick, you can knee. It's just your typical stand-up.
Mhm.
Like obviously there's boxing and then there's kickboxing.
Yeah.
Kickboxing just allows you to kick. So
Oh,
it's pretty. So
literally
yeah, it's
kicking
pretty,
and boxing.
yeah. Also, kickboxing doesn't contain the same rules.
Mhm.
Like you can in kickboxing, you're allowed to, like if somebody is tripped, like in normal fighting, like if somebody's tripped, like in boxing, you're not allowed
Yeah,
to
you don't go
trip
for 'em.
somebody
Yeah.
intentionally. In kickboxing, you can't either. I found that out the hard way, because I was practicing it with a friend, and he was like, "Are you allowed to hit them while they're on the floor?" And I'm thinking typical cage fighting, so I was like, "Yeah, I think so."
Oh.
And then we fought just for fun, and I hit him when he was on the floor, and then we looked it up to just double check, and I was wrong. So you can't when they're on the floor.
Live
That's
and learn,
cage
right?
fighting. Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's more self-defense than attack. Or
Yeah, it could be with me because I'm a bigger guy. I can move faster than I look like I can move. Luckily, so it does throw people off when I come off as offensive because they think, well they think a lot of times I notice some people that I fight will wait for me because they're like, oh he'll swing slow, and then I'll do what I need to do.
You hit him with the fast.
But I like
fast
to wait.
jab.
I like to throw something just to kind of bait them, and then as soon as they come in, throw something back, and it comes fast. It comes when they're not expecting it, and that's usually where I guess that would be my strong suit.
that's cool.
Yeah, because there's guys there that you can't just charge. They're
Yeah.
too fast.
Oh.
I'm
So
not
you-
the fastest guy there, so like you can't just charge.
You
these
But
definitely-
you
kids.
must be one of them.
Yeah.
No, there's
Really?
there's guys
Oh.
there that are very very fast. Like it's terrifying.
I've seen.
Jeez.
I thought you were fastest from looking at the footage, and now you're telling me that's not the fast.
Well, I'm fast for my size.
Oh.
So I mean,
Oh.
I think the only time I'd outstrike somebody as fast as some of the smaller guys there is if they're underestimating the speed that I'd have because of my size.
I see.
But that's about it. If they know that I'm fast for my size, it'd be very hard. I'd probably rather have them on the floor.
Got you.
Interesting. Has your like mom or dad, have they ever been like objected to you like fighting and stuff?
My dad likes it. My mom doesn't. I have like a tiny little growth on my ear. It's very small. I mean, I showed you guys both a picture yesterday.
Yeah,
of what
we've seen how bad
some-
it can get.
yeah.
Yeah.
So exactly. So like it's very small. Like I don't even walk around like saying, "Oh yeah, I got cauliflower ear," because it's. I mean, you're nothing to
I
show
wouldn't
off,
even, I
and
didn't
it's
even know
gross.
until you pointed it out.
Yeah,
know
exactly.
Yeah.
You wouldn't notice just looking at it. You'd be like, "What is that?" And that's it.
Yeah.
And
I
she
didn't
saw that
notice.
because I was sitting next to her, and she just cried on impact. I was like, "What's wrong?" I
Oh.
was like, "What's wrong?" She goes, "What's on your ear?" And I was like, "It's from jujitsu and kickboxing. It's not a big deal." I was like, "It's small," and she's like, "No, I want it gone." And I mean, you could drain this stuff, but it's so small. I was like, I don't need to drain it right now."
Your mom is so sweet though.
I know she was
I
very
love your
sad.
mother.
She doesn't like every day I talk to her. I'll show her videos of me training, and she goes, "Oh, that's cool." And she's like, "But like, why do you have to fight other people? Why can't you just make a
You
training?"
just like fight robots, like superheroes.
Yeah, I was like, "What do
Isn't
you
that
want me to do?"
worse?
Just
Is it worse?
I think so.
The
'Cause
movies make it look better.
no, I think if you
mean,
hit a robot, you're
yeah, if
gonna
you hit a
break
robot,
something.
it's gonna hurt.
If you're like Captain America, though.
But he's
That'd be
not
pretty
Captain
cool.
America.
Unfortunately, no.
Okay, I have a question. Speaking of superheroes, since you started fighting and learning technique, have you noticed superheroes in movies using
Yeah,
certain
using
technique?
real things. Yeah, Like I noticed,
Oh, really?
I was playing.
Yeah.
I replayed the Batman games,
Uh-huh.
like a couple months ago, and he he does something where I don't know if you noticed, but he'll bend their arm like this, and he'll
Uh-huh.
hold their wrist, and then put his other hand here, and it'll flip them as he pushes.
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen that before. I've seen you know how you could do those little executions where you
Yeah,
break
like
something.
just end it.
Yeah.
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 So he does a double leg, and that's where you press against them while you're on one knee and
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, I
they're
know what you're saying.
standing, and you pull their legs in and push at the same time.
Yes, like you watch movies and play games, you don't realize like they're actually doing
Yeah,
real
not at all.
things.
Yeah, a lot of
Wow.
those are real martial arts. You don't expect it. I didn't, and I was like learning this stuff. I'm like, I've seen that before somewhere.
It's funny where you notice those things.
Yeah, yeah, it's like the weirdest places sometimes.
It really makes you wonder like how much you don't know.
Yeah, my first fight was actually not in a gym. It was against my friend, and we were both nervous because he had never fought before.
Mhm.
He didn't ever pursue it. He didn't want to. It was just something fun for him. I didn't know I wanted to pursue it up until then, and I remember getting I was annoyed because I was like, I knew I wasn't moving right. I knew my feet weren't where they were supposed to be. Like there's proper movement and footwork and stuff and technique, and I didn't have it because all I was doing was hitting a bag with my coach, my trainer. So
You
I
never
was
fought a
like,
person before?
yeah, I was like, it's a bag. It never hits back. That's also why you can't just train on a bag like that and not with other people
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you're never gonna know what it's like. And I remember we touched gloves. I just touched gloves because I was like, oh, that's what they do on TV. But like, I don't know. It's always like a sign of respect for me. So we touched gloves, and he hit me once in my face, and I was like, okay, I didn't care for that much, and I was instantly surprised on how well I took it because it was not a light punch. It hurt, but I was still up and I was fine. And I was like, okay, that was weird. And then he did it again, and I was like, okay, I didn't. Now I'm pissed. And I remember just we stopped it was like a really short round. I don't think we understood the concept of rounds. Because
going at it.
it was those
hitting
two
each other back and
punches.
forth.
Exactly. It was those two punches, and I swung and missed a few times, and I was annoyed with myself. And then
Oh.
my friend was like, "Okay, round two," and I'm like, "Are we timing this? How does this work?" And then we start round two, and as soon as we touched gloves, I hit once. I threw a jab to his chin, and then hit him with a hook on his cheek. And I don't know
Oof.
I didn't know where it came from because I wasn't training like that. It was just
meant
like
to be.
it was kind of a blind rage.
Just, like click for a moment.
Yeah, it
Just
was kind of a blind rage. It was
primal
like a little
instincts kicked in.
yeah, the temper kicked in, and I hit him once and hit him again. And he stopped and he was like, "Oh my!" He was holding his nose, and I was like,
Oh,
"Oh God!" I
that's
was like,
rough.
"Dude," I was like, "You okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I was like, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah, just dislocated my jaw, but I'm fine.
And
I
then
think you just
after-
punched his teeth out, but whatever. Let's keep going.
we got a little dumb with it though,
Oh,
like the
no.
whole friend fighting
Oh.
and stuff because I don't know if you had me or had Snapchat back then, but there was one day where a couple of friends were coming over and we were just gonna box and just have fun. And I was like, what if we made a tournament out of this? It was so dumb. I'm so dumb.
Oh no.
So I was like,
Is that the
"Let's do it."
original Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Basically, it kind of is, and it looked so bad. Like it looked so bad. The nobody. Thank God nobody came out and saw it. Because if our neighbors were watching, I know some of them. The neighbor next door is a little boring. Just being honest, she's not very nice to us.
Aw.
She definitely would have called the cops, 100%.
Yikes.
But I posted on Snapchat like an idiot and said, "Hey, I'm doing a fight tournament at my house.
Oh god.
Come
you put
over."
an open challenge
Come
to
over,
like
yeah.
the world.
It was just that. It was just, "Hey, come over. You want to
Oh,
fight? Come over." And some of them showed, and some of them flaked. As soon as they were there, I was like, "Okay, come on." And I tossed them
Did
gloves.
you sell tickets?
And they
Or was
no.
it like just a
I
free
should
for all?
have used it to
You
make some
should've
money. It was a
sold
free for all
tickets.
thing.
I'm still caught up on the whole you challenged everyone.
Like,
Yeah, I wasn't very smart about
like
it. I
you
got some tough kids
added
on my
your
Snapchat.
You added no, you didn't just his like Snapchat, like in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put it on my story, and my cousin texted me, "LOL, really?" I said, "Yeah." She didn't show up.
You get like a call from a cousin like I'm flying in. Like
Yeah, I was like, wow. No, but I got friends who were like, yeah, sure, man, yeah. And then I had
That's
a couple
crazy.
friends who said, yeah, I never showed, which is
Aw.
understandable. It's kind of like, that's weird. Like, you're just having street fights.
Huh?
yeah. Or we're getting some comments from our live studio audience over there.
It's okay.
It's okay. So, did you win?
Yeah, most of them, and then the last one was with somebody. See, this is why I stopped underestimating people, because the last one,
Oh.
I was one of them I won wasn't supposed to. This one person I was going with, him and I agreed only hitting bodies. He
Mhm.
didn't want to get hit in the face.
And then he hit you
We
in the
didn't have
face.
headgear. No, it was the opposite actually.
Oh, you hit him
I,
in the
Oh.
face.
I hit him in his
Okay,
liver.
that changes the
In the
game.
liver. That's not
okay,
his
see,
face.
I didn't even know that I had hit him there. I was like, what's going on? At that point,
You didn't
I had
realize you hit
never-
someone in the face?
No, the liver.
Oh, liver.
I'd never noticed. I was like, because I'd
he
never
okay?
seen that. He's fine. He's good. He was a light. Oh, okay, it wasn't light, but he was fine. He was okay. And he ducked like over to the right, and I hit him once, and I came this way to hit him on the other side of his body, and he had ducked like this because it
And
hurt.
then you
and
hit
he
him in
fell
the
on a
face.
knee, and as he's dropping to his knee, boom, right here. And he
Oh,
dropped on
my
his back,
God.
and
So you say he's okay, but if we were to reach out,
He's
would
fine.
he even be able
yeah,
to
you know
respond?
him. He's okay. I won't say his name. I
We'll
don't want to
we'll
embarrass
protect
him.
identities.
But yeah, he's fine. I hope he's still healthy. I haven't talked to him in a bit.
Real
It's about-
quick, give
Real-
him the spelling bee.
Okay, your word
So-
is aguafaba.
A what?
Okay, just a preface. For the pilot, we kind of did a mini spelling bee, and we just think it's only fair
If we give it to everyone else.
if we give it to everyone else.
So your word is aguafaba.
Or aguafaba, depending on how you want to pronounce
Yeah.
it. No preference.
Aguafaba.
Wow, this is gonna be embarrassing.
Would you like a definition? A loose definition?
Yes, please.
All right.
How loose is it? You're not.
It's aguafaba. Water in which chickpeas or other pulses have been cooked, used as a substitute for egg whites, particularly in vegan cooking.
Vegan egg whites.
Vegan egg whites.
Aguafaba?
Aguafaba.
Aguafaba.
Okay. So AQUA. I think I know where I messed up, but I don't know. P.
Nope.
No. Okay. Well, now okay.
Spell it for us.
Okay.
FABA.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, cool.
Aquafaba.
It had to be one of those two.
AQUAFABA.
Okay.
Perfect.
Aguafaba or aquafaba.
Let's just edit out where I messed it up and just make it seem like
Yeah, we'll
a
make it
seamless.
seamless. Yeah,
Well, we can-
seamless.
Seamless.
No, I
We'll just be
butchered it
like,
pretty bad.
Aquafaba. Our producer is telling us that's time for us to wrap up.
Okay.
That scared me.
So thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So-
We're out of time, so thanks for joining us. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having
so
me.
thank you
This was
Devin, for
fun.
coming. I'm Jeremy,
I'm Paula.
and we'll
Oh,
catch.
follow our social
Oh,
media.
yes, follow our social media. We'll put it right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, go make sure to watch our next episode whenever that comes out. So we'll see you next
Yeah.
time, Apaches.
All right. See ya.